It is my honor to invite Mr. Xia Hesheng, the Vice President of Huawei Digital Power and President of Huawei Digital Power Strategy and Marketing, to now deliver his keynote address.
Your Excellencies, representatives from ASEAN member states, ladies and gentlemen, this is Xia Hesheng from Huawei. It is my great honor to be here to join the ASEAN Energy Business Forum 2025. Today, my topic is enabling APG, discussing the critical grid forming technology for cross-border power trading with all of you. So, firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce a little bit about Huawei. As a global leader in ICT infrastructure and smart devices, Huawei, we focus on 6 strategic business directions. So firstly is our ICT infrastructure business division. We've run this business for more than 30 years. And the second is the device business. Now we are providing the smartphones, laptops, and wearables to all of the consumers. And the third is Huawei Digital Power. Huawei Digital Power. We integrate the digital technology and the power electronic technology. We utilize watt, bit to manage watt. And fourth is Huawei Cloud. Yeah. So fourth business division is Huawei Cloud, and the fifth is Huawei Intelligent Automotive Solution. We are providing the IaaS solutions to the EVs OEMs. And the sixth one is Huawei chip and components. So in 2024, our group revenue reaches $120 billion, ranking number 83rd on the Forbes Global 500. Actually, another figure I would like also take this opportunity to share with you is our investment to the R&D. So last year, we reinvested 20% of our annual revenue into the R&D. Actually, over the past 5 years' time, our annual investment of the R&D is more than 20% of our annual revenue. So today, our topic is majorly focused on the digital power part. Actually, digital power business is committed to building a new power system dominated by renewable energy. Integrate the digital technology and the power electronic technology. Leverage AI and grid forming technologies to accelerate the energy transition. By the end of 2024, actually, globally, Huawei accumulated shipment of inverter reaches 621 gigawatt. Last year, our total shipment of inverter is 176 gigawatt. Maintaining #1 for the last consecutive 10 years' time. So, if we talk about the power system, actually, currently, the global-wide the power system is facing kinds of challenge. As in year 2023, during the COP28, hosted in Dubai, UAE, in 2023. So, COP28 set a common target to triple the renewable energy volume by 2030. The total volume of the renewable energy will reach 11 gigawatt by 2030, which will be tripled. So we know that the renewable trend is a certain trend. If we look back for the past 3 years, from 2022 to 2024, the penetration of the renewable increased rapidly. From 2022 till end of 2024, the penetration of the RE of the worldwide from 22% reaches 32%. As we all understand that for the renewable energy penetration, once it surpasses 20%, it will bring challenge to the grid, One more figure I would like to share to you. So last week, actually 7th October, Amber reported that the global renewable electricity generation surpassed coal-fired power for the first time in the first half year of 2025. The total volume of the renewable electricity generation reaches 507 billion kilowatt hour, so which is over more than 35% of total. And another figure, in China, till the end of the first second of this year, the total installed capacity of PV and solar, the volume reaches 1,650 gigawatt. And actually the traditional coal capacity is 1,350 gigawatt. So this is also a milestone what happened in China. So as the penetration of the renewable energy increased, and also as the high penetration of the power electronic technology being widely used in the power system, this will bring the challenge to the grid. This will weaken the grid. So in April 28, the Ibrahim power outage, we all know, I think in the worldwide, in the whole industry, we learned from this case. So once we need to reach the carbon neutralization, we need to develop the renewable energy. But we have to overcome the challenges that the renewable energy brings to the grid. So if we talk about ASEAN, now in ASEAN, we face similar challenges. According to the 8th ASEAN Energy Outlook, the renewable energy must account for 70% of the primary energy mix to achieve the carbon neutrality. But the current share is only 15%. So if we continue on this kind of speed, this usual speed, it would reach just 23% by 2050. So we cannot reach the carbon neutrality by 2050. The coal remain ASEAN's top power source, will be more than 60%, is more than 60% in 2024. So strengthening ASEAN power grid is a critical path forward, but it must address the grid instability caused by the high renewable penetration. So Huawei, from 15 years ago, since we first stepped into this industry, we realized that renewable energy will bring the challenge to the grid. So Huawei were a little bit different from the other OEM players in this industry. We started from the utility power plant. We began R&D in grid forming technology over a decade ago, progressing through 3 key phases. So the first case is grid following. We achieved the world's first zero voltage right-through with PV inverters in 2014, Qinghai of China. So at that time, the renewable penetration is very low, and a single utility power plant volume is not that big as the current, maybe 50 megawatt or 100 megawatt. So at that time, the target is to utilize the utility power plant to follow the grid. And the second phase which is from 2015, 2016 to 2019. We initiated the grid supporting. So at that time, the utility power plant, the volume become bigger and bigger. Lots of the gigawatt power plant. So we realized the stable grid integration for gigawatt scale PV plant is quite important. So in 2016, in Ningxia, China, we cooperate with our customer, build up the gigawatt level grid supporting power plant. And the third phase is the current phase, the grid forming. So in year 2022, we were awarded at that time the worldwide largest gigawatt-hour microgrid project in Saudi Arabia, Red Sea project. So in year 2023, this project went on live. This project till now has been operating for 2 years' time, and it generates for more than 2 billion kilowatt-hour power for the city. It's providing the power to a 1 million population tourist city in Saudi Arabia. So we think that grid forming capability is quite important as renewable energy penetration increased. Grid forming capability are needed across the entire power system, from the power generation and also from the power transmission and also from the power consumption end. So, as Huawei's technology developing, previously we can only provide the grid forming battery technology. Now we can provide the grid forming inverter plus grid forming battery technology. By integrating our own self-developed components, architectures, and algorithms, Huawei delivers full scenario grid forming solutions with 6 core capabilities, with all meeting strict performance standards. So 2-3 years ago, we initiated the grid forming technology, and we successfully delivered the first worldwide gigawatt-hour grid forming utility power plant with a capacity of 400 megawatt and 1.3 gigawatt-hour battery system. And after that, lots of the players also invest into the grid forming. But today, we still want to emphasize that grid forming, we defined grid forming technology in 6 dimensions. So first is a short circuit level, and second is inertia, and the third is oscillation damping, and the fourth one is primary frequency regulation, and the fifth one is black start, and the sixth one is on and off grid switching. So these 6 directions or 6 dimensions are quite important for grid forming technology or standards. So if we say you're going to build up and operate a 5-star hotel, definitely there will be lots of the standards to certificate the 5-star hotels. So in the future, if we are discussing about grid forming technology, this 6-dimension technology you have to consider. If we talk about the best technology, the safety is quite important. Safety factor we have to consider. As we all know that with the best PV power plants, typically operating for more than over 20 years' time. So both inverter, both PV plant, and also the BESS system, the reliability and the safety are quite important. Huawei's end-to-end quality management ensures superior product availability, while the industry average failure rate is around 2%, but Huawei will reach 0.5%, less than 0.5%. At a desert power plant in Qinghai, in west part of China, there are more than 5,000 Huawei string inverters have been operating for more than 12 years' time. And the failure rate is below 0.2%. And during harsh conditions, from the sandstone to extreme temperatures. So this is this kind of the quality management, quality philosophy ensures the highest reliability, lowest failure rate. Best safety. So we provide our customer and partner a cell-to-grid level, strict 5 safety designs. At the cell level, we co-define and co-develop with the top-tier cell manufacturers by implementing the stricter testing standard and the dedicated production lines. We ensure ultimate quality and reliability from very beginning. And the battery pack level, our industry level unshakable battery pack design boasts exceptional strength and reliability, guarantee zero simmer runaway propagation within the pack. I'm not going to introduce too much details about the best safety today. And the reference, the case, Red Sea reference I mentioned previously in Saudi Arabia, Middle East. This is world's first largest microgrid PV plus BESS project power plant, 400 megawatt PV plus 1.3 gigawatt tower ESS. So this project, it utilizes our groundbreaking hundreds megawatt and gigawatt level grid forming technologies. This technology supports the parallel operation of over 1,000 PCSs units in off-grid model and enables black start, allowing us to restore the entire grid's power in just minutes with a leverage cost of LCOE of just $0.1 per watt hour, significantly lower than diesel, which is $0.4 US dollars. The project has been fully operational since September 2023, having just passed its 2 years anniversary. It has generated over 2 billion kilowatt hour of electricity, demonstrating the undeniable maturity of the grid forming technology. The next one is Mterra Solar project. At the end of last year, we are awarded this project. This project is the world's largest integrated PV plus BESS project in the Philippines, with 3.5 gigawatt plus 4.5 gigawatt hour battery system. This project leveraging the gigawatt level coordination control and the whole site black start capability. It delivers 13 hours of constant power daily. Its LCOE is now lower than the traditional energies, achieving a closed commercial loop. And the last case is the Cambodia grid forming energy storage project. We participating with Cambodia on the country's first gigawatt hour grid forming energy storage project. It will provide critical grid service like black start and the stability, alleviating power shortage and reducing reliance on seasonal hydropower and coal, directly supporting Cambodia's 2025 2025 renewable energy target. On December 26, 2024, with the support of TÜV and Huawei R&D experts, the grid-forming battery energy storage system test was officially launched, obtaining the first overseas TÜV SUD certification and becoming a global benchmark. So together powering ASEAN, Huawei will keep implementing high-quality products and end-to-end technology to enable ASEAN's grid-forming PV and BESS industry as a global synonym for excellence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Xia Hesheng. As we move from interconnection to integration, your message reinforces the importance of innovation, digitalization, and collaboration in strengthening